Alrighty, game number one. We are up against Four Color Adventures. Let's see how this goes. You'll hear Jaffer's audio from time to time. Alright, let's go. Combo time.
Wasn't Sultai sack a thing for a while? Like for like a
It was Simic for the most part.
what was that?
It was Simic for the most part. You didn't really need the Sultai stuff, but we have the better lands now and the sideboard options.
Ah,
I'll give you a 3-3. How about that?
oh yay! I don't miss this at all.
So easy block here. The plan, we bring this back next turn and then we can draw a card off the food. So here,
I'm not
we'll
doing it.
sack the food. We were hoping for a land there, to be honest. Probably should have got the Fabled. Alright, that's my turn through 4.
Yeah, it reminds me of how I quit standard during that time. Not line, I quit standard during that.
Are we having fun, chat? So this is just kind of the nonsense like what this deck can do. Once you get like Oko out, especially if you can get it out turn 2 with the Trail Engine, we're just going to be drawing so many cards. So I think because he was a little short on lands, I think we're kind of cool doing this. I'm going to fight the edge wall.
It's actually kind of dumb for me to attack you.
I'm cool with drawing extra cards.
I'm not. I shouldn't do that.
So what you want to do here is full control.
I
Actually,
let that deck stay in standard for too long, or that card, for the longest time. It was just stupid.
yeah, they weren't really super quick with the banhammer.
A lot of people got the impression they wanted to sell packs.
So trying to find a land here. Keep missing lands. I think I need to put more in this deck.
Yeah, you haven't hit one at all. Besides, wait, this is turn 5, right? Or turn 6?
It's turn 5, but I've drawn like 3 extra cards. I've done 2 Once Upon a Times already, and 2 cat draws. At this point, we're pretty good because we have another Oko.
feel realistically with beat that deck of like during that standard versus Omnath Ventures, I feel like you are probably favored quite a bit. Like it's probably one of the more powerful decks, I think. And plus it's Sultai.
I'm just spinning my wheels here, don't mind me. You've missed quite a few line drops as well.
I have. GG. You got that game.
But I didn't even get to do my thing.
I didn't get to do anything.
So Conundrum's good here. Extinction Event. We probably... I don't hate like the negates in this matchup. I can probably trim on one of these. The Feasting Troll King's not that good here. Wilt hits... Probably want Heartless Act. I think we just go all removal. Could trim on an Oko. Trim a couple Wicked Wolves just because now we have like the hard removal. They have like Brazen Borer, so maybe we trim a Trail. I like this just because if they start getting lands, it sets them back, especially because he's going to want to play a lot of lands. I might just get rid of Trail because they could bounce it so easy. I'm sorry, I have actual sideboarding decisions.
I actually was.
This hand is gas. So what you want to do in this case is not play this out until the last moment so you know if you need land or spells. Our next turn is going to be land as well as Witch's Oven, so we can wait and play this. So next turn our spells look like this. So we'll cast this first. Get a land. Am I doing this right? Now we can just loop the cat. Depending what he plays out here. So he didn't have a play on 2, which is nice. And with this, I can disrupt if he tries to use any adventures on my creatures. This also just stonewalls Lovestruck Beast. Are you salt for roping me?
What if I am?
So one thing, because they could have Brazen Borrower, I don't want him to bounce my cat. The decision next turn is if we're going to Oko, make some food, or just Uro. I think getting ahead on cards is actually reasonable here. Okay, I think given... So we definitely do want... So my concern is with Omnath, if they play that out. But I'm probably okay in either case. They don't have Mystical Dispute up, so I'm fine with doing that. So let's play this out on... Doesn't really matter. Next turn, if we draw another untapped land, I can Uro. If he doesn't have Fabled Passage, we're okay for the turn. I can Heartless Act it. I'm like, as long as he doesn't have Fabled Passage, this play isn't bad.
I was sitting on it on turn since turn 1.
So the good thing is they didn't hit the third line, so he can't hit this for 4. So I can exchange this with this. I don't think it's great. Kind of want to hit an untapped blind here pretty bad.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No! Not that either. That's so gross.
Don't worry, I just got 2 Fabled Passage to Fuel Escape.
That's so gross.
It's actually a little awkward because I have to get a block source here. So I did this. It's still Omnath. So
I would put Oko on my sideboard.
Doesn't really do much, like, for your deck. Like, mine's kind of grindy, right?
Yeah, I guess.
So we do have 1 swamp. So he doesn't have Uro in his deck. Not Uro, Ugin. So we don't need to worry about that. So if he attacks with the edge wall, I'm going to block it.
Is it me or timeouts in limited shorter?
I think you're slow playing.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
Isn't it fun to have all your resources just repeatedly get used to try to kill my 3-mana planeswalker?
You know what? I want to quit. No, I'm just kidding.
Binding's actually pretty sweet here. So I don't have the mana yet till next turn. Can gain another 3 here. I can block this. Binding, like whatever they play is the big thing. I had to fetch a swamp last turn, so unfortunately I can't Uro. It's food fight time.
Food Wars.
See, I'm playing a deck on theme. So I did the food here, since we can block the Omnath. Can also block Fae of Wishes here, which isn't bad. Like, he needs to somewhat commit to the board. So if we can hit our Extinction event, it's also really good. Also, I can get to the point where I can just escape Uros now. One, two, three, four, five. And like outside of Omnath, you can't really gain life. And we can insulate against the fling kill, so that also doesn't work. He does have Alrund's Epiphany in his deck, so it's something we need to be mindful of. Free block. So we'll do this. This lets us keep open more blue mana. I think this card might be playable.
No, it doesn't really look playable to me. It looks like it should be an elf.
So I can kill something. Cat can just block. I guess I can make a food. We'll just do this for the turn, I think. I want to catch this. Because even if they put a bunch of resources to kill this, and he like Alrund's Epiphany or something, I'm okay. This is kind of bad if he has Brazen Borer, but he's listed only playing 2 Borers. Feels like you've always gone to rope, but I've somehow used more clock than you.
Animations.
cat oven triggers. Okay, well he'll get ahead, he can escape to the wilds and then play a third land, so he's kind of popping off. Doing your thing. So we'll take this as a favorable block. Try to trade some resources.
I feel like it's just your game. Like, I can't attack into that.
Like, what if my hand is 2 Morocco's? Okay, so with Once Upon a Time, let's see what we find. Yikes. I think we take Castle here. Question is, do I... Okay, so we're gonna do this. That's a for sure.
I don't like elks.
You're gonna like them, okay?
Don't tell me what to do.
Look, I'm just gonna keep passing the turn. I'll do it again. So we're probably just going to draw a card here. I want to try to hit an extinction event. Even like a Wicked Wolf plays pretty well here. He's at 31 cards, so there's a potential he can just mill his deck out. Attacking here just gets like chumped. We can't really escape it back yet. So we're not like huge at filling our graveyard. This can also just be bounced back to hand, so it's something we need to be conscious of. Clover, clover, clover. What's in the mystery box? This might be like Shatter Skull Smashing, could be Fling. Alrins, yeah, that'll do. One, two, I guess we can see 10 power.
I don't know why, but it's showing at basics in my sideboard.
It's because it's limited play mode, so what you're going to have to do is during the tournament, tell people that they can't sideboard in basics. Because theoretically, if this is a draft deck, you can have any number of basics, because you can change your deck at any point.
True.
I don't love our position unless we hit Extinction Event. Are we just like a professional Magic the Gathering player? The gate's really good here. I forgot this Uro card can attack.
And it puts cards in your hand. And lets you play more. Yeah, thinking about it, there's going to be so many matches that are going to be taking forever. Because they're going to get drawn out like this one is. Also, I'm not doing anything really besides cat. No!
You were saying?
I want those.
I feel like for the last like 8 turns, you've just been trying to kill my turn 3 Oko.
I hate it.
One big thing, and if we'll see if people adapt to it, Shadow's Verdict gets rid of Oko.
Oh yeah. No, why'd you do that?
Get good. I think you may want a shuffle effect in your sideboard. In these grindy matchups, you very well can go, like, mill yourself out. This is the way we loop the cat, loop the cat, loop the cat.
Funny. Who's gonna mill themselves up first? Me. Me. It's gonna be me.
I haven't drawn cards, really.
I have so many Edgewell and Keepers. And then you had to exile all of them.
It's honest work.
What's that mean? All in a day's honest work or something like that?
I think we just make food here. I want to save Binding for one of their giants. I can just draw a card here if needed. We're at like infinite life. Also, I gained so much incidental life in this deck that the fling kill is not even reliable. Like, you can only hit me for 11 right now.
Yep.
Shatter Skull can kill my Oko. I think we're in a good spot now. Just kind of grinded him out. You finally got rid of turn 3 Oko.
There'll be another one coming this way. Honestly, I think there's no point in me continuing this game. I'm being honest about that.
I have an Oko in hand, so I'll leave it to you. Alrighty, so Sultai thing seems pretty decent.
Take old Sultai list, import new cards, call it good.
No, I literally filtered for Eldraine, and then I added Uro in, and then fixed the mana base, and there was my deck.
Okay. Just Eldraine deck, literally.
One sec. Now I'm actually curious to see how much of the deck is Eldraine. So not including lands. 12, 16, 19, 23, 27, 29 out of my 60, 29 of my 60 cards main board are Eldraine. The only thing that's not Eldraine is Uro and Binding of the Old Gods.
James is telling me how he thinks we win in this match, and it's just try to go for a giant beanstalk win, like fling one.
Yeah, but I was gaining 2 life per turn, and then once I had Uro out, I was gaining another 3. Plus, I had a stockpile of food tokens. That's why I wasn't being too aggressive with sacking them.
Yeah, that's the whole problem with that. So, like, does Adventureless actually have to play, like, Omnath? Not Omnath, they're just playing Omnath. Uro in it?
I don't think so, because the thing is, like, you get better value off of Clover, right? And you're not really escaping stuff. Your spells are on the creatures.
James, 29 Eldraine, then Uro and Binding.
It's called Premier Deck Building. Alright, you ready for my next hot pile of nonsense?
Sure. But so, what... Okay, what about tournament match that we can't do again?
So in tournament match, because we're selecting limited tournament, you have to put in a rule that people can't select basics from their sideboard. It will default to have basics in the sideboard. So they cannot select. If they do select a basic that's not part of their deck list, it can be means for a match loss.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Do you want to play Adventures again, or do you want me to ship you my Sultai list?
I'd rather play Sultai.
Okay, give me a sec. Alright, sent it in Discord. Just give me 1 sec, I'm just going to introduce my next deck. Alright, so what we have here is 4 color Fires of Invention. So Fire of Invention is a very powerful enchantment that lets you play 2 cards for free, equal to the number of lands you control and play, without paying their mana cost. By doing so, the restriction is you can't play instants. So what we have is basically like an Omnath deck. We have Uro, Okos. We can play the flip side of Essica, the Prismatic Bridge, to get free value each turn. Path of the World Tree can be blinked but helps us find lands, and there's a way for us late game to have a mana sink and a way to draw cards. Kenrith, we can use all its abilities pretty much thanks to the World Tree. This is another way to pump mana in. And Shark Typhoons, we have a bunch of spell lands, Genesis Ultimatum, stuff like that. So it's kind of a real greed pile, but I think it's a good one. You good to go, Jaffer?
I'm still throwing the deck together because I can't paste it for some reason.
Okay, so put your filter till drain and then just start clicking add to deck, add to deck, add to deck. My new deck doesn't have as many Eldraine cards.
I'm still at this.
It actually only has 15 Eldraine cards, so it might be unplayable. The average converted mana cost, though, is 4.3, so you might win the early game.
You're playing Fires.
So sideboard wise, we got like Dranis, Doomscars, Soul Guide Lanterns, Wilts. We got an Ugin if needed. We have some counters. I don't love counters in this deck just because you can typically not consistently activate them. You're better off going your linear game plan and just like outvaluing them. Because like worst case, you're just casting Genesis Ultimatum or stuff like that. Actually, I should put a Coma in the sideboard instead of Ugin. Coma, sweet. I just want to play maximum greed pile. So I'll just queue that up. Just waiting for Jaffer. It's amazing that they still haven't fixed the tournament mode.
Why is it amazing?
Like, I mean, it's been how long and they still haven't fixed it?
Yeah, you're right.
Is it quicker if I paste in like Aether Hub and then send it to you?
Probably, but I'm almost on the main board. I am slow with this. I'm sorry.
So yeah, if you're just tuning in for this part, like I said at the beginning, there is a free tournament if you do want to play decks like the ones we're playing today. It's a free tournament that Jaffer's holding. There is cash prizes, so you can register for free. 50 USD dollars. In Canadian dollars, that's, you might as well retire. You can buy a house in Toronto. But there's a bunch of cash prizes. It's usually pretty fun. They're only at 28 people. The cap, he usually has between 50 to 100 folks show up. So this is definitely a fun thing. There's a lot of different strategies that you can play. We played in the last one where we played mono red, which was also pretty sweet. So I will link this to here. If you've never actually used MTG Melee, it's actually a really sweet site. So it's kind of the unofficial official deck list platform. Sorry, tournament platform. So you can find a whole bunch of deck lists as well as tournaments. So if you want to play in like the Star City Games qualifier, the Insight 5K tournaments, they have a bunch of tournaments there. Some are paid, some are free. So you can see all the tournaments that would be here. So the big ones that they have are like the Insight 5K. There's 224 people.
I'm almost done this way.
I'm shilling for you. So this one here had $5,000 first prize. So 2K for first prize, and then you kind of keep building up points. It's like an ongoing tournament series. So there's a lot of ways, like if you want to play Magic for cash. So it's pretty cool like that. There's also like a good deck list spot here. You can search by tournaments. They have a bunch of decks that do well. So sometimes you'll notice the tournament play and ladder play differs in terms of deck quality. So it's another way there. So we're just giving Jaffer a second and we will jump to. I will snip it in the videos to when the game starts, so you don't have to worry about that. Give me 1 sec. I'm just going to turn my light on because it's getting pretty dark in here. And my dog has decided to set up shop right behind my chair. I'm just going to turn my light on, Jaffer. I'm stepping away for a sec.
Alright.
Alright, we hyped up the tournament. Let everyone know there is cash prizes and you will tattoo the winner's name on your forearm.
Totally will. How many cards do you have on this sideboard? I only have 13.
1 sec. 1 sec, let me take a look. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11.
I missed some cards.
I don't know if you want Conundrum. It was my thought for like the Omnath kind of ramp decks, but it kind of hurts you too. You honestly probably just want another Extinction Event or a Sweeper. I love Fires decks. I have 4-color Fires Planeswalkers. So Sands Green and Paper for Pioneer. It's the first deck I built. I love it. I haven't got to play too much with it, but everything in order?
Yeah, I just got drafted.
What are you missing?
Oko. I think.
Yeah, it kind of needs Oko.
Alright. Send you a challenge.
Sounds good. Alright, let's jump into the games. This is as close to like what I would play in Paper Pioneer that I could.
Okay.
I have 4-color Fires Walkers before everything shut down, and it was a blast to play.
So it's some form of control, because you like control on Paper.
I don't know if we want... Mind you, we have Omnath. We can do this into Omnath. I think that's fine. This one's not as controlling. 3 Fairy got banned. This can help us get our green mana. I think turn 3 Omnath is good. I don't think I can actually beat a cat, though.
It's a card.
So I can set it up, but I like the flexibility. The earlier we get Omnath out, the better, I think. Once is such an egregious card.
Yeah. It's so good. I played Eldrazi Tron in Modern with the 4 of them, and a single forest in a deck. That was very regular for the deck back then. Oh.
I believe get good.
Stop it.
Like a true professional, I top deck the Fire of Inventions. So one trick, if you haven't done it, Yorion could blink Fire the Invention, so you get to cast another card for the turn. We don't get to abuse this as much, since we don't have like ways to play 3 lands in a turn other than Genesis Ultimatum. But it's still just like a 4 mana, gain a bunch of life, whole bunch of abilities. I don't have like the sweet emotes. You play Oko on turn 3.
I was gonna do that. I plan on doing it. Gross. That's so gross. Why are you doing that? That's actually why. That looks like a pile of greed. Like super greed.
I'm curving out like planned. I think we just play this out as a 4-3, gives us another attacker. Next turn I can Shatter Skull if I want.
I did not mean to click that one.
Punt count 1.
I meant to do +1, not +2. Whoops.
So every turn I can scry here, which is nice. I think we do this. Gain some life. I'm gonna scry this turn. I want to get more value off the Yorion. Mind you, I don't see how he beats us at this point. Just having an evasive flyer. Low value Yorion.
But why not flick your food?
I could flick my fires and cast more spells.
I mean, that's true. Why didn't you do that?
Because I just have another Oko in hand. One thing you want to do with the deck is keep Cauldron Familiar in the graveyard just in case you draw a trail. So you can trigger it that turn.
Okay. I am so far behind.
Here's my tech. So I think we send everything in and then I'm going to turn this afterwards into an elk. I need to add a swamp to my deck though.
I don't know how I beat you. That's mean.
I'll give you a 3-3.
Let's broaden your existence.
It looks kind of funny as a 3-3.
So we're going to scry on upkeep again. If I could get Genesis Ultimatum, we go to town. like this was supposed to be a standard deck, like the stupidity we're doing, and a Yorion we wouldn't have had to pay 3 mana. It's okay at this point. I can just still keep hitting him in the air. And like every time he attacks here, everyone should be playing 2 to 3 Eliminate, I think, in the sideboard of their black decks.
I agree. Oko's really annoying.
Maybe even like Baleful Mastery for Uro.
It'd be funny to see Rumty all of a sudden come out of nowhere with this mono green Stompy with Once Upon a Time and just take the whole thing down.
Well, you can do Simic Stompy, just splash for Uro and Oko.
That's true.
Are you attacking or did you freeze?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm thinking. I feel like if I attack, I feel like I'm dead. Does that deal damage? Loses 2 life. Okay, so yeah, I'm dead.
I don't have black mana. I haven't hit my world tree yet. I had to put it to the bottom.
Oh, let's risk it.
I'll think up a fun fate for you.
We'll keep one. Remember all that work you did to kill my Omnath? The top of my deck was 2 more Omnaths.
To make sure I didn't have Omnaths. Just why? Why?
Surely you see the humor here.
Look, I gave you a 4/4. We could have cycled this, but I want to go win more. He doesn't have a way to cleanly answer Shark Typhoon. Like, he has Binding, but he can't deal with every one of my threats. So, like, we have Omnath going. I can't really trigger Omnath's, like, double land ability that well here.
Yeah, unless you failed passage.
I do, but 4 in an 80 card deck.
Feel like I'm gonna die. I guess my outs are...
Do you have a way to get rid of Yorion? Because that's the immediate... Oh, you could block for a turn. Unless your Goose gets upgraded.
Yeah.
I could have cast this. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. YOLO swag.
Oh, am I dead now? I'm dead.
I'm not counting, but I assume you're dead. If not, you're very far behind.
Dude,
Yeah, I was wondering.
whoops.
GG. Alright.
Yeah.
This matchup, we want the disputes, we want Coma, Soul Guides. Confounding's actually interesting. So, I don't think we want Doomscar. Can probably trim an Omnath here. He's going to bring in more removal and disruption. Probably trim the Opus. Bone Crusher also doesn't do a huge amount here. I actually think I'd rather... Do I even want... See, like, if I have Fires out, then I kind of want this. He just has Binding. This isn't terrible. This hits Goose and Cat only. Maybe just keep 2 in. This just gets hit by most counter spells. I'm not so good. We'll do that. Or split the difference, negate. I don't know if you guys can pick up my dog snoring. My dog's like full out, passed out, sleeping beside my mic, like on the ground, and she's snoring so loud.
That's funny. Samson said if you need more content, he's willing to play with you as well.
I'll probably wrap up tonight, but if he wants to test, we can do it like another stream Monday. I'm assuming Samson will be on some sort of sack deck.
Awesome.
These damn slow players, chat. You keep hands with Oko.
Samson said you'll neither confirm or deny this claim.
Claim the firstborn? I don't have a basic planes.
Playing that just to fix mana.
The World Tree or Path of the World Tree?
Path to the World Tree.
It's obviously for flavor. Come on. So it fixes my mana. It gets me a land for 2. I can blink it with Yorion, and then late game it's a mana sink for me if I don't have a castle to get more cards in my hand.
Okay.
Because with fires you need land count, it's not just a matter of ramping with like Wolf Willow. I think it's a better option. So I think we're gonna cycle Shark here. We're pretty like land heavy at this point, and I'm probably gonna cycle this Ketria. So the Shark, I could potentially catch this and get him stuck without. This deck's not as good when you don't get to turn 3 Fires of Invention.
Revel with your king, wild and sovereign, and surely you must be famished.
Alright, well that's a little awkward. Still think we do it because it takes them off. Oh, I don't have blue mana. I'm an idiot. Well, we're ways away from that being relevant. So I could sneak down that. I think that's still what we want to do. The old fires, no follow-up play.
The old sat cat, play cat, sat cat, play cat.
Like I said, a turn 1 cat I can't really beat. I think if we could hardcast Shark Typhoon, we might have a chance, as well as with Coma. Well, your deck's doing what it wants to do a little bit better this game. So
That's a nice looking elk in your future.
you can't elk everything. I think we're just doing this. Get an island here. We got forest already. So I can hard cast Shark Typhoon. Cycle this. This is 7 mana. This is the downside. Can you stop drawing ovens?
What? What was that?
Stop drawing ovens?
What are you talking about?
That is a nice
It's a
one.
nice Omnath Elk of Creation that you have there. That joke wasn't mine.
How many sharks you want?
None. Go away. I remember, that card doesn't even see play anymore.
It's trying its hardest, okay? So I have a choice here, make a 1/1 or scry. Or cycle. I think I'm gonna cycle.
Yeah, cat triggers take a lot of...
Oh my god, even auto yield won't work here because of the stupid castle that I have.
Yeah, I hate that.
Like, why is there an auto passing button if it will not let me auto pass?
That's annoying too. Spacebar, Samson says.
I hope you draw a trail off the top right now.
Trail would be a good card right now.
That's sweet.
That's a lot of cards.
So I can Uro to gain 3 life. They have 6. That might be what I need to do this turn instead of Coma. This can gain me 2 more life.
Gross.
I really want to play this. You had my life total low enough. You wouldn't let me play my Prismatic Bridge.
Prismatic Bridge, that's the one where you can cast anything, right? Or you reveal off the top?
Reveal off the top. It's the 5-color one. I'm actually going to discard Coma and then get it back with Elspeth. Oh, I don't even need to. I guess I could have done this on my end step. Cats vs Sharks.
Cats versus Sharks. Who will win?
Target opponent loses 2 life. Oh. You gain... World Tree? We found the path?
Oops.
That's how loyal my Uro is.
That's a creepy looking bear. I believe you win.
I win when I say I win. Let me do my thing.
Your deck has all the greed. So much greed. Why didn't you put a counter in your hand?
Fuel the graveyard. Oh no, I have so many cards in my hand.
What is even in that pile of cards? Is there more I haven't seen?
I thought we were playing EDH.
I mean, it feels like it. You know what? I'm gonna give you the satisfaction and just here.
Just because I can.
Okay. Just because I can.
I think that's about lethal, or Exaxi? Exaxis, wow.
That's well over exactly.
Alright, so that's a good demo of the decks. They're awesome to play. I'll put them in the list, and I'll put all the details to the tournament, so do check it out.